Hello students. Here in this video we are going to see the integrated rate law for first order reaction. Now let us first see what is the integrated rate law for the first order reaction. So it is the equation which is obtained by integrating the differential rate laws and that gives a direct relationship between the concentration of the reactants and time. So this is what is integrated rate law. Now students, as we are studying this for the first order reaction, so for the derivation we need to consider a first order reaction. So let us consider a first order reaction where A goes to product. Here I have considered a equation or a reaction in general where A goes to product. Now initial, when time is equal to 0, means when at the initial time the concentration of A, if I consider this as A, no product will get formed. But as the time passes, say for example T is equal to T, then X amount of the product is getting formed. If initial concentration was A, and now if X amount of the product is getting formed, then how much concentration of A will be left here, student? That is A minus X. Now you know that according to the law of mass action, rate of any chemical reaction is directly proportional to the active mass of the reactants. So on that basis, rate is equal to K, active mass of A. Let us mark this equation as equation 1. We know that rate with respect to reactant is the decrease in the concentration of the reactant with respect to time. Here I am considering the instantaneous rate. So rate is equal to, as the concentration of A will decrease with respect to time, it will be minus dA upon dt. Let's mark this equation as equation 2. Rate is equal to K concentration A and rate is equal to minus dA by dt. So can I say minus dA by dt is equal to K concentration of A? So let us write comparing equation 1 and 2. Minus dA by dt is equal to K concentration of A. Now students, this A, if I rearrange to this side, what I will get? So rearranging the equation, you get minus D concentration of A upon A is equal to K dt. Now next step what I will do is I'll bring this negative sign to this side. So you can combine both these steps here. So I'm writing this in detail by concentration of A is equal to minus K dt. Now let us integrate this equation within limits, and when we integrate the equation we need the lower limit and the upper limit. So let us say when time is equal to 0, then the concentration of the reactant I will consider this as A0, and when time is equal to T, concentration of this I will consider it as AT. So let us integrate this within limits. So I will get dA, lower limit and upper limit here, that is equal to 0 to T. That is T is equal to T and T is equal to 0 minus K dt. Students, you know that we never integrate a constant. So I will take this constant and the minus sign out of the integration sign. So what I will get here is integration d of A0 AT is equal to minus K. Now this will be dt. T is equal to 0. T is equal to T. So this is how I will integrate this. Now this function of dA with respect to a will give me log to the base e of a. So how I will write this, student? It will be log to the base e of a lower limit and upper limit is equal to, now this will become minus kt, because this will be t minus 0, it will become t. So can I split this? How I can split this? Student, log to the base e is ln. So for the derivation, usually we use ln. So I'll be using ln here. So it will be ln concentration of at minus ln concentration of a0 is equal to minus of kt. Now, this equation, when it is minus here, I can put this in the division form. So it will be ln at upon a0 is equal to minus of kt. Let us mark this equation as equation 3. Students, this question, if it is asked for a direct derivation, then you have to continue the derivation. But if it is asked for exponential form, then we will use this equation and continue for the exponential form derivation. So I will explain that at the end. Let us continue this. So here, now how I can go for this is, I will just rearrange this. I want to remove this negative sign. For that, I have to make this reciprocal. So let us see how I can write this. kt is equal to ln a0 by at. I have removed this minus sign and so I made this reciprocal. Now students, this is ln, means log to the base e. We need log to the base 10 for the derivation, and therefore I'll multiply the equation throughout by a constant, that is 2.303. So before that I will bring this t to this side. So it will be k is equal to 1 upon t ln a0 by at. Now k is equal to 2.303 upon t. Now it will become log to the base 10 a0 upon at. So this is the derivation for the integrated rate law for first order reaction. Now students, let us understand what the particular terms are, but before going into that, if you see this is the initial concentration. Here initial concentration we have taken this as A, and this is AT, means the concentration which is left after time t. So it is here A minus X. So we can have one more form of the equation, that is K is equal to 2.303 upon t log to the base 10 of, I can use A upon A minus X. So in this way also you can show the equation. Now let us understand what the terms which are involved in the equation means. This particular K is the rate constant, or it is also called as the velocity constant. 2.303 is a constant. Now what is A here? So A, that is the small a, it is the concentration of the reactant present initially. What you take initially, that is what it is A. Now what is that A minus X or AT? This A minus X or AT, it is the concentration of the reactant left after time t. Students, this term is very, very important. Here, what is AT or A minus X? This is the concentration of the reactant which is left after the time interval of t, that is this t. And what is this t? This t is the time taken by the reaction concentration to fall from A to A minus X or A0 to AT. So this is what the terms which are involved here means. Now students, if the same derivation is asked to be expressed in the exponential form, then how you will proceed for this? So you have to start from the beginning and you have to come up to this equation, that is ln AT A0 is equal to minus KT. And after this, how you will proceed for this derivation? So let us rearrange this equation. I am writing here. So from equation 3, what you have there, student? Ln AT upon A0 is equal to minus KT. Now how you will proceed? You have to remove this ln from this side. So equation will be AT upon A0 is equal to, you have to now raise this E minus KT. So this is how you will write it. Let us write this now again. So it is AT is equal to A0 e raised to minus KT. So this is the exponential form for the integrated rate law of first order reaction. So if they ask for integrated rate law in the exponential form, you will derive the derivation right from the beginning. You will reach up to equation 3, and from 3 you have to come to this particular equation. Otherwise, this is the normal derivation for the equation of first order reaction. Now students, it's very important to mark that all the radioactive reactions, means the radioactive disintegrations, they follow first order kinetics or first order reactions. So they all depend upon the initial concentration of the reactant which is present, and this is what you have to remember, that all radioactive disintegrations, they follow first order kinetics. Now let us come back to this particular K, that is the rate constant, and let us see what will be the unit for the rate constant of first order reaction. For that, let us write the reaction equation. So K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 of A upon A minus X or A0 upon AT. Now students, this is the active mass. This is also active mass. So this, if it is given in mole per dm cube, this will also be in mole per dm cube, and so this will get cancelled. And therefore, log to the base 10 of A upon A minus X or log to the base 10 of A0 by AT, this will have no unit. Right students? So what is left now? So K is equal to, now this is a constant, so it will be 1 upon T. So whatever will be the unit for T, say for example this is second, then the unit for K here will be second inverse. It can be minute inverse. So therefore we say it is time inverse. So this is the unit for rate constant of first order reaction. Now let us see some of the examples or the reactions that usually follow the first order kinetics. So the first and the best example is 2H2O2, that is peroxide, hydrogen peroxide decomposes to give 2H2O plus O2 gas. So here the rate is equal to KH2O2 1. So this is here, the order is of first order. Second example for this can be the decomposition of N2O5. So this will give you 4NO2 gas plus O2 gas. So what is the rate for this? Rate is equal to KN2O5 1. So what is the order here, student? Order is first order reaction. So this is what is all about the integrated rate law derivation for first order reaction. So there are two derivations, one in the exponential form and other in the normal form, that is K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 of A upon AX or A0 upon AT. I hope you all have understood what is actually there in the derivation. So please do like this video and share it with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you students.